All right, question, I suppose, just one of the cute little minor questions, but under $10, $15, what was like their favorite little item you've ever seen that you managed to acquire for the collection? Just nothing major, not the Utopia.
Well, you can't
just
put value.
I'm going to, well, we can do that, but I'm going to let Julia answer that, but I do have, you saw my bookends that are the aliens. I got those at the 99-cent store. They were 99 cents each side of the bookend, and I think that was a particular coup. And although they're on my desk now, I will them to the. They are an object of incredible envy. I've had people say, "Oh, please, I'll pay you anything," and I just love them. It looks like an alien invasion, and I will leave them here.
I can tell you what's my favorite $70,000 item.
Okay, what the heck?
First,
That's a little bit above.
But
What are you
first
looking at?
edition
Talk about
of Hobbit,
70,000,
which is actually
something
on the market,
Australian dollar.
and I would love to have it.
He's raising money.
All right.
Julia, how about you?
I purchased so much just in this year. We've acquired over 1,800 pieces just this year.
And no item just.
And no item just really pops out, but I will tell you a scenario that pops out, and that is when a publisher offers a 50% discount, or when I can choose someone down, or, you know what?
We
I
really
changed my mind.
appreciate that.
It is amazing because they're struggling. We know that they're struggling, but they're committed to making sure that our collection is the best that it can possibly be. But I've changed my mind. I will tell you that, and it was a gift, and it was a gift from David Gerald. He is in.
Who?
Oh, don't see that way.
David very
Sorry, Dave.
graciously donated the script and one of the DVDs to Blood and Fire, and that was really nice because otherwise we wouldn't be able to get it because it's not something that.
You can't go to a BarnesandNoble.com and.
You can't do that because it doesn't exist that way. It's only.
So, and I do want to point out that Julia said, chew somebody down. Did you all hear that properly?
Oh, yeah, that could have been misinterpreted.
Right.
Yeah. But what does that mean, chew someone down?
To get a lower price?
Beg.
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 Got it.
So you mean one of
I
our
have
original
no ego.
manuscripts that we printed up on our own printer for the Unincorporated Man would be valuable here?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Oh, and you
no
know what?
question.
It's
We
going to be even more
absolutely want it.
valuable.
We are
yeah.
taking this as a promise.
I'll tell you
That's
why it's
right.
even. I'll tell you why it's even
Amen.
more. And it's a funny story because we had a sex scene in there because we didn't know how to write a sex scene. So I borrowed one of my wife's Harlequin romance novels.
Red book.
I wrote a
Red book
4.5-page
romance
sex
novel.
scene in it,
With the
and we sent it out to our readers who said too much information. So that manuscript now lies collecting dust
Please
on our
give it
shelf.
to us,
And,
please.
Yes.
and I hear that your second novel is ready to.
Oh, thank you for
to
that
be published?
softball across the plate. Yes, The Unincorporated War will be out May 11th.
And
this year.
I assume you'll be donating
We
a
will
copy.
absolutely be
Absolutely.
donating
Signed
to
copy.
Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful.
Now, do you make
Thank
a
you.
distinction between signed and unsigned, or once you have one, you're done?
No, we do. Go ahead. We
it-
have both.
We have the capacity to add that to the bibliographic record, going back to the cataloging part of it, to let the researcher know that a particular item has it's signed or it's inscribed. As I recall, when you donated Unincorporated Man, you went the extra mile and said a little something to the Eaton collection, and we made sure that that was part of the bibliographic record. So
Well, I hope it
you're
was
in
nice.
print.
It was
in many ways.
Let me tell you about one item under $15 that I crave to have and I cannot.
Next question?
It's a Slovak novel Hviezdovieda by a 19th century author. It is actually slightly earlier than Verne, and it is about the trips around,
Around
the
world?
moon.
Oh, trip to the moon.
And it shows up in the market in Slovakia sometime, but bringing, and it is below $15, but bringing it from there is simply impossible.
So here's another sort of broader question. We've talked about so many things you guys collect. Is there a plan afoot to connect these things? If you're researching
Oh, wait a
this, you
minute.
might be interested in
Hold on,
this.
Donnie. Just one moment. We're here now.
That's
Could
done.
you put say the name of that book clearly? We've got an audience. Maybe there's someone in Slovakia who's.
Oh, what a great idea.
Why don't you say that name clearly? We'll even put it
Spell
over
it,
here.
too.
We'll put it up there. So
It's the name of the book is Hviezdovieda, and it was published in Slovakia in 1982-83.
I almost had to ask this. Can you spell that? Hviezdovieda.
so
What
for
does
our
it mean,
legions of
Vito?
Slovakian fans,
the knowledge of stars.
the knowledge of
The knowledge of
stars.
stars. Okay,
No
so
one
back-
knows where to get it. Contact the Eaton Collection.
with our few minutes
Thank
left,
you.
back to the. So how are you going to make this somehow grabbable? All of this information.
Well, that's Julia. I
Okay,
mean, Julia's
so-
doing the cataloging, so that job is done.
right.
And the other
What's
person
the
doing-
thinking? Yeah.
Oh, well, we use the Library of Congress catalog classification system, so that job is done. I mean, that's, if you needed to tie things together, you can do it. You can do it with using our computer. For our archives, the archivist Eric Milenkevich works on that. We have a lot of interns who very enthusiastically volunteer to work on science fiction things, and they do finding guides, but then they go on to our central catalog, Scotty, or through Malville, which is the UC system, but our own system is Scotty. So you can already find that. That I'm pleased to say that that's done.
Right. So what I'm saying is that the same thing as like when I go to Amazon? If I buy a book, you may also be interested in this. Is
Oh,
that
I
the
see
same
what
thing?
you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Well, you seem to be researching, Soviet science fiction from the late 70s. Did you know that there were also these other,
We have a way.
Eastern European science fiction writers who were writing along the same
That's
themes?
my job.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's my
And you
presence.
can
Nino.
also search by call number. So you can search the collection by call number,
And
which is
keyword.
what Amazon's doing, or keyword. But if you said, gee, I wonder what's next to this on the shelf, and you hadn't arranged ahead of time for a tour or something, you could just sort by call number and do it. So.
Got it.
Now, how much is any of this check-outable, or is this
No,
all
this
in?
is an archive.
all in.
So this
building
has
collection.
to be used here, but we are open to the public. All you need is a photo ID. You don't have to be a scholar or a student. The University of California is supported by your tax dollars, and we welcome, believe me, we have people here every week who are not affiliated with the university.
Are there like hits for a certain year, like this year it's Avatar? In other words,
yes.
do you find that some years, man,
Absolutely.
we're getting a lot of research on this
absolutely,
subject?
Right?
When
Yes.
the remake, the reboot of the Star Trek movie
Yeah.
came out, we had the good fortune to have an exhibit put on the fourth floor here.
It was Julia's, and Vito was the one who spearheaded librarians as collectors. So
And-
these two people were very much a part
And
of
as
it.
a result of it, we got a local newspaper, the Press Enterprise for Riverside, came in and interviewed me, and we had a nice write-up in the newspaper, and that's really great publicity for us.
So a lot of times it will be specific to a movie or an event or
Oh,
things like
absolutely.
that. And then you
Yes.
as you can, you sort of hop on board. Star Trek's coming out. We've got a tremendous collection. Let's plan in
Let's
advance and
showcase
put
it.
this out, and then
We do.
you'll find you get a lot of research that way.
And if I can say this, one of our professors here, Jody Holt, in the Department of Botany, was the consultant for Avatar. Did you all know that?
I did not know
Did
that.
not know that.
And she is giving her correspondence with James Cameron and Don Lando on Avatar to the Eaton Collection.
Awesome. That's absolutely incredible. Have you found people walking in the door? You can't really name names. That, oh my goodness, you're a science fiction fan?
No, everybody's a science fiction
There you go.
fan. That would be a ridiculous.
I'm just imagining
Yeah.
Mick Jagger walking in the door, and but you couldn't say names anyways. Anyways, that about wraps up this panel. Thank you so much for explaining to us how your system works. And for inviting us into your doors and
Thank
into your
you.
library. We really
Thank you
appreciate
very
coming,
much. Thank you.
coming here and making us feel so welcome at the neverendingpanel.com.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.